What's good? Finally got this live to work like it's supposed to. Waiting for some more folks to get on to do this live. I've been talking about doing this live for a minute. Oh, yeah. Appreciate you, Danny. Appreciate you. Yeah, I'll go ahead and show part of it. I know I'm kind of sitting down right now, but that's my 76 Deuce Sport, aka Miss Maxine, sitting on 26s. Yes, we definitely gonna talk about that. Definitely gonna talk about it. I got people texting me like, "When you going live?" I'm like, "I'm live right now." Like I'm live right now. This the raw right here. Let's go. We here. We here. Yep. We here. We here. We here. Definitely here. Let me know if you can hear me loud and clear. Definitely. Because I kind of got it going through my Bluetooth. That way I can kind of move around if needed. Waiting on people slow. Slow. I was gonna wait and do it another 30 minutes from now, but I decided to go ahead and do it. Okay, I'm good, Danny. Okay, good. Glad I'm good. I'm glad I'm good. Glad everybody can hear. Glad you can hear me. The other people I see starting to get on. I mean, people texting me left and right and hitting me up on IG and Facebook and everything else. When you going live? When you going live? When you going live? I'm going live right now. Right now, going live. So as I wait for everybody to get on, but may not wait that long. I might just go ahead and get into it and get with it. I'll give them a few more minutes. And I know sometimes the notifications go out a little slow. Like I had somebody just hit me up. It was like I didn't even see it. I didn't even get a notification. So I'm like, wow. Another person saying I'm just now getting notification. I'm getting on now. Yeah, I'm gonna give him to 6:30. I'm gonna give him a few more minutes. In the meantime, Dan, I know you want to just look at me the whole time. Me and you on, and you already asked. I'll put it on her. Yes, sitting on sixes. Yes, they tucked underneath. Whole suspension has been redone by me. That's the first thing I did. If it wasn't so cold outside, I'll let up and crank it up. But last I checked, it was trying to rain/snow mix. Plus, she's a little dusty because I'm sitting in the garage for a little minute. It's all good. Are you doing your fuse block and relay? Okay. Yeah, Danny, I had I don't know if you heard when I was on with Dewan and LS, but me and Dewan had the live podcast talking back and forth. I had a guy actually go ahead and make mine because I seen his work over the last probably about 5-6 years, about 6 years. I've seen a lot of his work, and I see he has done, and then especially his car. Oh, you talking about it's clean? Yeah, yeah, she clean. She clean. She's just a little dusty, a little dust on it. Um, but anyway, like I was saying, I saw how he did everything he had did and excuse me, done with his and the harness he made. I mean, it was neat. It was very, very neat, very clean, nice, simple, clean, real clean setup. I mean, show quality. So I was like, you know what? I'm gonna go ahead and get you to do my harness. And he did it. And I mean, it's immaculate. I can't wait till they schedule me in on the schedule me in on Saturday. So I'm probably gonna drop the call off that Friday night, and we're gonna get up early Saturday morning and head over there, and we're gonna go ahead and knock it out. He said it'll take us from start to finish, from snatching this engine out to the old engine, estimated 4 hours. Because the LT4 is already dynoed, it's ready to go. There's a couple more things he wanted to add to it before I get ready to do it, which is fine. I told him, hey, you're the expert in this, whatever you think I need to add to it. But right now, the engine is dynoed at the rear wheel as of today, because I went to, and I should have did a video today, but I was kind of in a rush, trying to hurry up and get where I needed to go. And what I got a chance to see them redyno it after changing the pulleys on it. They changed all the pulleys all the way around. The pulleys on the supercharger, the pulleys on everything, the crank, alternator, because I got MacMan alternator that I went and picked up from MacMan. Shout out to MacMan alternators, and put on there. And MacMan sent me the right pulley I needed with it. So we changed the pulley on it and whatnot, and everything is like where it's supposed to be. And the horsepower actually went up. It went up an extra 64, 65 horses. So right now, and I always go by the rear wheel because the thing is sitting on gives me horsepower engine, the horsepower to the transmission, and the horsepower at the rear wheel. And I always go by the rear wheel because that's what I need to plant down, period, because it's going to the rear wheel. So with that being said, with it going to the rear wheel, it basically put out a whopping, trying to wait till 6:30 said, I'll wait because I know people going to ask me to repeat it again. So I'm gonna wait a few more minutes. I know, Danny, I know you've been here since I started it and you ready to go. But go ahead and wait till 6:30, which is 5:30 my time, because I'm in Central Standard Time right now. And for the record, I'm not in New York, born and raised there, from there, but I'm not in New York anymore. Yeah, Danny, definitely. It was like a kid in a candy store. If you're talking about at his shop. My boy Scott at Scott Performance, he has so much stuff there going on, so many builds, and it really just really cutting off this week because they really trying to take the rest of the week off Thanksgiving, but they were just kind of button up some last minute stuff. And I got a chance to basically see the dyno pull on my engine, and God, man, let's just say I'm glad I did the suspension. I did everything I needed to do to hold that horsepower, because I mean it's going to be through the roof. I know it's going to plant down through the roof. And no, I'm not building it to race. It's set up to drive to anywhere. I can drive it across country and not have any issues. But I wanted to make sure I had that power band, and the power band is there throughout all gears. And it's an 8-speed automatic transmission. It's the transmission that came with the LT4 out of that 2016 Vet, and it's I can't even explain it. I can't even explain it. It's crazy. LS was like, "You always talking about you gonna go live, go live." And I told him this morning when he was on his live that I was going live. He's not even on yet. But I know why he's not on. He's at work. If I'm not mistaken, I think he had to work. I don't know what time he gets off. So he may pop in as we kind of going along. So okay. 6:30 your time, Danny's 5:30 my time. I'm gonna go ahead and jump in and talk about it. Okay, horsepower that it got as of tonight, or should I say this evening, at the rear wheel, 1532. I repeat again, 1532. 1,532 horses to the rear wheel. Okay, Danny, I see you from Jersey, Tri-State. All right, all right. You in Carolina right now? Yeah, I actually used to live in Carolina, but I lived in South Carolina for a little minute. Sorry, somebody else texting me. Oh, you on live now? Oh, I'm trying to hurry up. Yeah, hurry up and get on. Yeah, I'm gonna be on for a little while. I don't know how long, but I'll be on for a little while. STL Box Chevy, what's happening? Oh yeah, let me show you the rest of the Buick. I know you don't want to see my ugly mug. Let me show you the Buick. I got people hitting me up left and right on IG, Facebook, and everywhere else. You on live? You on live? Because I have the lives connected to it, but it actually connects and sends you to YouTube. Yeah, it's a 76. 76 deuce and a quarter. The last year, the big ones. Okay, cool. Got one of my cousins saying, "Hey, I'm trying to get on this." Yeah, yes, Box Chevy. Appreciate you. Yes, sir. Yeah, she off the hook. Being I know you probably just tuning in. I was doing this live to let a lot of people know what I was doing to it, and being I went to the shop where I have my engine sitting on a stand on basically a rolling cart. It got transferred from that rolling cart today to do a dyno pull because they changed all the pulleys on it for me earlier. Excuse me, mid last week, and being they really had that area open. We decided to go ahead and put it on there and see what it would do. And basically, it's putting out. Excuse me, I take Bluetooth off for a second. It's basically putting out 1532 to the rear wheel. And that's the horsepower I go by, because that's what I know is going to plant to the ground, and that I'm gonna have to hold on to. So with that being said, With that being said, I wanted to kind of give an update on it. I wish I could have got some more footage of it today. And at the time, I was kind of in a rush. LS, you finally made it. What's happening, bruh? Just talking about you. I know you at work, but I told you I was going to do it live. I know. Hey, man, get your money on. I know you still at work. Get your money on. Just listen in. Oh, what's up, y'all? My cousin Jeff up in here. Shout out to him. Jeff, I know you subscribed to me. I meant to hit you up with a text today, let you know I was going to go live and let you know everything I was doing. But as you see, I'm in the garage today. This is the best time to do my live and the best way to do it and pay it forward and let y'all kind of know all what's going on and what my whole process of what I'm doing. And what I kind of been doing. 20 minutes left. I'm out this. All right, LS. I know you out of there in 20 minutes. I'm gonna go ahead and repeat it, being I see more people jumping on now. Damn, there's a lot more people jumping on. Okay. This is my first full live, not a recorded live, full live. This is in real time. And I've basically started to get ready to do a lot of upgrades to my 76 deuce and a quarter, aka the 76 deuce, aka Miss Maxine. And what I'm doing is I came across a 2016 wreck vet, total lost vet, hit in the back, and got it from Coparks. And got it from a guy I know that watches Copart stuff come through as much as I do, but I got a connection at Copart and at a handful of Coparts. And he hit me up and said, "Hey man, you might want to look at this." I mean, he started sounding like real to real for me. Hey man, say man, you need to look at this. And I was like, what I need to look at? He was like, I'm sending the picture to your phone. He sent me the picture, and it was a white vet, clean, white, red interior. He's just sitting in the front, and I was like, okay, why are you sending me that? I'm thinking it's something he wants me to get and flip, being I also have the license and go buy cars as well. And I'm thinking that's what it was. But he was like, nah, I'm sending you some more pictures. And finally, he just hits me up through Facebook and we do a live chat. And he shows me the whole back of the car. Oh, wow. He's like, man, you know, you're looking for an engine. Let me show you what's in it. He opens the hood. And as he opened it, it was like, you ever seen any of those movies, the suit open, it's like, wow, with the golden arch and whatnot. That's exactly what it was. And I was just floored, like, wow, it has the LT4 in it. And he's like, dude, it only has 4,000 miles on it. What? He said, man, it's total loss. But look, you know, before they put the car out there, contact so-and-so here and tell me you're interested in it, which I did. Forgot the guy's name. I contacted him and I was interested in it and whatnot. He was like, yeah, it just got here. You know, we hadn't even taken full of pictures of it. I said, before you even do that, I want it. And then he was like, wait a minute, who is this? I said, yo, this is New York. Oh, yo, what's going on? What's going on? Yeah, I remember you. Yeah. He was like, well, you know, you really want that. I said, yeah, I'm thinking about doing LS conversion on my vehicle. He's like, man, say no more. He said, how much you want to give for it? So we went back and forth, worked something out, got it. I actually went, got it, picked it up, drove those hours back, took it to my man's shop, and I told him, this is it right here. And he was like, hell yeah. Oh yeah, definitely, Jeff. Yeah, we rolling for sure next summer. You know that. But we went ahead and snatched everything out of it. I salvaged a lot of parts off of it because, like I said, the whole front end was good, back end was good, and the guy that from Scott's Performance, his name is Scott. He was like, you know, take the pictures of this and that. I got connection. I'll see if somebody want to buy the parts. Before I can take the rest of the pictures, I just took some of them and, you know, forwarded to his phone while he was there, while I'm still at his shop. He runs over to me like, yo, somebody wants the whole front end. He said, somebody's hitting you up for the engine. I was like, well, the engine, you know, is mine. The engine tranny is mine. And drivetrain is mine because I promised I ran to somebody else. And he was like, well, yeah, they want the whole front end. And the guy actually came, looked at the car, and bought the whole front end right there and in there. And I had to end up taking it off the next day for him to pick it up that evening. That's how quick it was. So sold the whole front end, got some of my money back. Sold the wheels off it because the wheels weren't. Just one of them was just flat from the accident. And the way it looked like something fell on it. It don't like it was a heartache, like something just fell on it, like a pole, a telegram pole or something. I don't know. That's what it looked like what happened. Like something fell on it. Hey, Dewan Brooks, what's happening? I told you I was going live today. I told you. I'm glad you on here. You get to see the whole process and get to see what I'm talking about. So after I got all the parts off, I sold the doors off, sold all the interior off. I wish I would have kept the seats. But I was like, nah, I don't want, I was going back for putting those seats in here and getting redone in white. And I was like, nah, you know what? I'm gonna let him go. Because this guy, he really wanted whatever interior pieces was left. And sold that. I sold the steering wheel off of it. It was one guy, he wanted that steering wheel so bad because his vet didn't have whatever feature was on that steering wheel his vet didn't have. And he wanted that steering wheel. So appreciate it. Dewan Brooks, appreciate it. Yeah, that's the first on myself, first live. You're right. So I went ahead and sold all the stuff off and made a good bit of my money back. We took the engine tranny out, and I had a dry shaft made, and I had everything already done that needed to be done to the car. I did it myself. I converted to electric fans. I added a combo cooler, which is a tranny and power steering combo cooler in one. It's about this big, and it has separate chambers on it. One I got running for transmission, other one from power steering, and it's on electric fan as well as electric fans I got that I picked up and put on there. I got a four-row, just the original radiator in this car. I went and got it redone, slapped it back in, had it pressurized. It was good to go. Wasn't really nothing wrong with it. I had them powder coated, put it back in. Oh, right. Sorry. And I went ahead and had it put back in. So after I had it put back in, well, shoot, I put it back in myself. Yeah, I'm gonna keep on grinding. Keep grinding with it. I mean, it's been a slow grind. And after I put it back in, I went on ahead and put that in, cool on, put electric fans on, changed a lot of things. And I know some people ask, why do you do a power steering pump? I've seen people with big wheels have their power steering pumps go out. And I don't know if, as you see, those are 26s on there. Yes, everything custom by me. Painted the whole inserts white to match the car, which is the same white base as the car. And also did the emblems, which I'll get a little closer. I don't know how much y'all can see. Those carbon fiber Buick emblems I'm having custom made from a lady in Japan that custom does imports, but she did them for me, because I sent a lot of business her way. So I had that part of it done, and make a long story short is where it's at today. And I'm just slowly working on it, trying to get everything right, because I want to do everything right the first time. One of their in-house guys basically did a fuel pump setup for me where it goes in a tank and it actually hooks into the factory components and goes in the tank. And I thought it was so cool. He was like, "This is all you need. It's gonna go right in the tank. Period. This is how we're gonna set it up." Because I got a brand new tank for it, but he said we can use it in an original tank if we wanted to. And I was like, "Well, I have a brand new tank." He was like, "Well, if you want to use a brand new tank, we can." So he stuck it already in the brand new tank, and the brand new tank is sitting on the stand where we have it, where we can crank it up now. He got it sitting up there now, and everything's set up ready to go. All I have to do is just throw it in, and we're trying to block out a time where he said it'll take us maximum 4 hours, because it's going to be 4 of us that's going to do it. We're going to pull the old one out, motor and tranny all together, put the motor mounts in, the other engine will be already on the stand. We're going to put the engine and tranny in at the same time, dropping at the same time. My jack is already done. Yes, Dewan Brooks. Yes, that's for the LT4 that I'm talking about. And right after all that goes on and goes in, we're just gonna just basically plug and play. Everything's plug and play. I also, the newest feature I ordered it. It's a custom box that plugs into right by the computer, where when I do my console, if I have an iPad or any kind of tablet, download the app, all my gauges come up on that, and the modes will be downloaded on. And what I mean by the modes, being it was a vet, Car Vet has sport mode, track mode, race mode, and those modes are going to, right now, are labeled as ABC until we rename it. So definitely it's gonna be a time lapse and install. I'm gonna give a few lives I'm gonna do it live while we're doing it, and then I'm gonna have an edited video showing the whole process. Because I have footage and I was waiting to do a whole mini movie to get it going, but I think I'm just gonna chop it up and then do a mini movie right after it, so everybody can see the chopped up and how it goes, and then a straight mini movie right after it. And definitely it's going to be something that's going to be done up real nice. And then after that, once I get all that stuff done, then I'm gonna repaint it because there's some imperfections that need to be done, which I have on my shelf right now. I have some leftover all white candy. That's straight candy. It's straight candy from House of Colors. All white base to go on, and I got some 4K clear, which is the highest solid you can get. Because as I put a coat on, let it tack, let it dry, sand it down, put another coat on. It's going to be smooth as a baby's bottom to do everything. So that'd be like the last thing I do. I know a lot of people have asked so many questions. Some I'm trying to remember off the top of my head if I can. But as the process go along, I'm going to document every little thing. And yes, like Dewan Brooks says, smash that like button. Yes, please smash that like button. Because that's going to keep me bringing all the content that I'm bringing. Definitely smash that like button. Trying to think what else. Oh, as far as what I've done to the car from the start, I did all the suspensions, all urethane bushings, all upgraded brakes. The only thing I didn't do because I was on the fence about doing it was the disc brake conversion for the rear, which I could do. Yo, what up, 87 Caprice? Which I could do, but I said, I'm going to wait because those are brand new brakes in the back from when I did the rear. I have 3 set of gears in the rear. So both tires churned with the engine that's in it. What's in is a 350 Rocket with a small little stage cam. Not nothing too big, a small little cam that Scott had laying around that we just kind of threw in it because we had to do the water pump on it. So the water pump had a leak and we just knocked that on out. And as we had everything down, he was like, yo, let's do a little cam. And I was like, well, I got to go find one. He said, no. I forgot at the time he had the machine. Well, it's been a while now. He had the machine. He had just got it that makes them. It'll make the custom grind cam and everything. Where Carl would be donor for the disc swap. If I did the disc swap, I would do it like I did another buddy of mine's car. His came from 96 SS Impala. Easy swap. Everything bolts right up. It's nothing really changed. We just put brand new trail arms on it, and that was it. Everything bolted right up. And we had to put a reducer for the brake line because he has a 70. What year car is that? I think it was 75 Vert, 10,000 Caprice convertible. And for his, that's what we did. He lives in the what we did. Found 986 SS that was in the salvage yard, got the rear out of it, put it in. He had disc brakes in the back. Go figure, everything bolted right up. And it stopped on a dime. And he's still riding that car to this day. And believe it or not, at one point when we was fixing that up, that was his everyday car because he had a little donor car that he drove around in that I think the engine, training went in it. So he was driving that car every day from in the part line he stayed in. And there wasn't nobody gonna bother, especially being how it was. It was a rust bucket at the time. And we got it all back together. I even painted it for him. But that's a whole nother time for a whole nother story. I wasn't gonna, just talk about that part of it. But for all the folks that's in live, any questions, I'm definitely gonna show the car. I should have brought my keys so I can go ahead and crank it up and let it run for a minute like I did yesterday. But it's so cold outside, I ain't even want to open the door and let out what heat I got in here. I didn't want to do that, freeze my damn buns off. But yeah. In the meantime, I'm going to go ahead and show the car off. Try to show as much as I can from what I have, what's going on. So I know y'all tired of looking at me the whole time, me talk. So here it is. And yes, the roof was already done, one touch roof. Yes, have the opera lights on it. Had the whole thing redone. Headliner, the whole canvas top. This is like what they use on the presidential Cadillacs and Lincolns. That material, some of the best material that I consider besides using leather. And yes, it is original skirts. Got the sixes to basically tuck up on the knee. And the only thing that's sitting in the back is some heavy duty shocks because the springs worked out fine. So the heavy duty shocks, all bushings changed underneath. I'm trying to think what else. Every light in this car has been changed to all LED lights. So nothing's on here, the original halogen, any of that, all LEDs. The seats were redone a few years back, but I really, really want my boy Slick. Shout out to Stitch by Slick Upholstery. Go check him out. He's in Columbus, South Carolina. That's why I plan on getting to redo everything. So we already talked about it already. He already said something different. He said he got me. I told him I want to get the motor work stuff done first before we just went out into it because I didn't want to just get that done. That's stuff I want to leave for last. So that's last minute touches. I want to get the motor stuff all jammed up right, the interior done, repaint it, and then she's done. She's set to go. On that, I go ahead and open her up. As you see, all white lighting. Everything's been changed. And yes, my floor mat says 76 Deuce. What it's named after. Definitely the whole one-touch roof. Custom speaker pods that I made at the bottom, which probably get changed. All digital gauges, which is going to end up going in that console that I'm going to end up building. Yeah, definitely jam up. Pioneer in there. Not no real big stereo system in here. I don't have none in here yet. I plan on doing something that I'm just going to wait and leave. Yes, LS, definitely tell them. Y'all, please smash the like button, subscribe, share, let somebody know that I'm on live and that I'm showing what the come up project is going to be. And, oh man, Jeff, you might not need a bigger engine. We're going to have to talk. We're going to have to do something a little different. Your engine actually runs good, or we might just go ahead and do an LS swap on yours and call it a day. Y'all don't know my boy Newsom, my cousin right there. He has, dang, what gearbox is that you got? He has a box Chevy, clean, got a great deal on it. It's sitting on a set of sixes. He bought it as is, like it was, and it's clean. Great deal on it. I was like, I would have jumped on it too. A total of 9 box Chevys, and this before box Chevys were hot. And I can go ahead and tell that story real quick. 89, yeah, you got 89 LS Bronham, yeah. And he has it on his YouTube page. Click on Newsom's YouTube page. He would definitely show you the pictures on it and whatnot. He got a couple videos on it that I saw. Clean car. I know LS will definitely love it because he's one of the box Chevy kings, and you know he would crave and love that. But anyway, trying to think what else. I'm trying to make sure I cover everything else I need to cover. Oh yeah, Dewan Brooks. Yeah, I'm just not seeing some of the comments because they're coming slow because I'm live. Yeah, the rims are tucked nicely, and they're actually tucked lower than that. I have about 50 pounds of air box, and yeah, that red one with the wheels. Yeah, I have 50 pounds of air pressure in the shocks because I was wanting to see what load I can put when I do my stereo system in the back. And it's going to be something not too big, but something enough. It's going to be a sealed off box in the trunk with all the sound coming inside. And I'm really not really going to cut that up that much, but yeah, definitely going to rock with it. Trying to make sure I covered every basis. All in all, she's clean. Oh, the history of the car. I know somebody asked me about that at one point. Chevy Caprice, I see. The history of this car. This car was bought brand new by my uncle. The way how he got it was he bought a brand new 76 Cut. His wife, which her name is Maxine, God rest her soul, she wanted this car. And he said, well, I just bought a brand new car. And, you know, I don't want to, you know, get rid of this to get another car. I don't want to do that. So he basically went and traded in that 76 Colors for this. I have original paperwork. I have when it was bought, the original paperwork. I have the salesman's card, which he's gone, God rest his soul. But his son still works at the same dealership because it was family owned. And I have all original everything. And I have it in a basically sealed up plaque that when I used to go to car shows with it and whatnot, I would have it sitting up. And everybody was like, wow, I said all original paperwork. So wanted to keep it in the family. Back in 1999, my uncle was like, I know you want this car for all this time. I know you want this car. So this is what we're going to do. I'm going to go ahead and let you have it. So what? I'm going to let you have it. So we worked out a deal. He was like, give me 1,500 for it. That'd be for my troubles. Cool. Let me go to the bank. I'll be right back. I leave. I go to the bank. I come back. I kid you not, when I get back, my dad already gave me the money for it. I said, okay, well, here, Pops, let me give you the money back. No, my dad was like, nah, that's my car. I was like, you kidding me? Yo, what up, Loco? What's up? What's happening? Yes, your boy's live. Thank you for joining. And I was like, well, wait a minute. Back to start, like, wait a minute. Pops, it's my car. Well, I'm going to hold it for you for a while. I'm going to hold it. Okay. So, I mean, I was still driving, still my car, basically. Dad kept it all that time. And before my dad passed last year, about 4 years ago, 4.5 years ago, he was like, hey, everybody keep asking about this car. You need to come get it. I said, come get it? What's wrong? I'm thinking something had happened. Something had happened to it. Something's wrong with it. He's like, no, it's your car. Come get it. Cool. I went and got it. And I drove it all the way back here. I drove from Atlanta all the way back here. And that's 12 hours. No problem. That's what the original engine that's in the engine that's in it right now, which is not the original engine, but that's the engine that's in it right now. And I started right then and there because I was saving up to buy an old school. I was actually in the process of buying one, and my dad called me. That's why I said it must have been something here. I must have been in his ear or something because we hadn't even talked about anything. I was in the process of buying a 7-tray Vert. Went and looked at it, and it was all primered. It was primered gray and black mix, some kind of mixed prime, but all the bodywork was done. The engine was jammed up. It came with the original 454 power seats. Everything was done. He had a brand new top put on. He had interior done, and I can tell you now, he only wanted 3,200 for it because he was in a jam. And I said, you know what? I'll be right back. I'm gonna come get it. And it so happened I got home that night, and I said, I'll just come back tomorrow and pick it up. My dad called me that same night and said, come get it. And I mean, I could have bought the car. I said, I'm gonna just take the money I got and fix this car because this car had more sentimental value, way more sentimental value than that car did. Like, I would never sell this car, but that car, right price. If I had got that car, I would have sold it. So I went on ahead and just jumped on this and went and got it. What up, Mean Gene? Glad you here. Mean Gene, this is my first live on my own. So I'm glad you here. Glad you here. Loco, let's link up Saturday if you're free. It probably have to be next Saturday because this Saturday I got 50 million things going on. But yeah, I got your number. I'll text you and we'll talk about it. We'll definitely talk about it. So I decided, to just put the money in this car because this had more sentimental value than that car. And I ended up telling another one of my good buddies about it. And the next day we went to go over there and I told him to give me the money like I was buying it because he didn't know the guy. And I want to get it. And he got it looking right. Because like I said, the only thing he was a paint job, which he didn't get me to paint. He got somebody else to do it, somebody he know that was part of his family or whatever, extended family. So he went and got that done. And after he got that done, he came to me for the wheels. I found him a set of wheels. And I kid you not, by the time he came for the wheels, I already had my wheels. Had I found the wheels I got him, I would have kept those wheels. Before Forgiato came out, AC Forge wheels. They was making for BMWs, Mercedes-Benz, the Stagger Fitment. They were the first ones I seen with those style wheels. And it was a brush face, chrome lip, and it was a shop that was selling them, and they wasn't drilled. That's why he got them so cheap. So we took them to a place here and had them drilled. And after he got them drilled, they fit right on perfect. He haven't had any problems with them. And that's really all I had to do, was just a paint job on that. I mean, everything was jammed up. Even the AC worked in it. Like I said, the guy was in a predicament where he had to sell it. And he said, I'm gonna bounce right back. And it's so funny, he did. I was at a car event with this car and he parked beside me. And I recognized when he got out, I was like, man, where'd you get this from? He said, I told you I bounced back. He went and found him a 76, excuse me, a 75 Caprice convertible somewhere out of Florida. Bought it, put it together, and he was good. He said, I was going to bounce back. He said, I just had to get out of that. And I told him, he said, what happened to the other car? So I let my buddy get it because I just told him, I said, because, and I told him the whole story. And he said, yeah, I'm good. All right, I got you. Camera roll. All right, Jeff. I'll get with you this weekend sometime. Do you. I'll holler back at you. All right. So I went ahead and told him the whole story and whatnot. And he said, you know what, for the cinematic value that this has in it, I did the same thing. For those that's just tuning in, I'm basically talking about the whole thing with the car, my whole process. I went to the shop today and basically they had dynoed the engine again after changing a few things. It's putting out 1532 at the rear wheel. Because that's what I go by. That's what I'm planting to the ground. I was like, wow, so that's crazy. He said, for that big body you got, it's going to move. Especially being you already did stuff to it and reinforced the frame already and all this other stuff. You're going to be all right. So, but just basically going on stuff with the car, everything I've done to it. I'll go ahead and show the car again for those that's just getting on, like Mean Gene, Loco. I know you have the two that just jumped in, but here she is. This is 1976 Deuce and a quarter. Basically my heart and soul right here. A lot of sentimental value with it. It's been in the family since brand new. Have all the original paperwork, have everything to go with it, even the actual sales slip, and also the salesman's card for this car, for this vehicle. Most everything is on the originals. All the original parts I kept that I changed. I kept it sitting over there in a big box just in case for some reason I need to change anything back. That I will. Sitting on a set of 26s. I actually said it's 26 Halos. I forgot which model they were. I got a deal on them from a guy that owns a shop here where I live. And basically, got it and made a deal with him. Got him, stuck him on. And after he seen what I did with him, he was like, oh man, I almost want him back. Yeah. So that's basically what I've been kind of going over. Show the car again. She's clean, definitely is. Roof is already done, which I had done here. Top I had done with the opera lights, the LED opera lights. The top is like the presidential tops, what come on the presidential Cadillacs and those Lincolns, signature Lincolns. And also, six is tucking underneath. Every light has been changed in this car, including the light under the hood, all the lights in the inside to all LED lights to give it like a newer feel. And I know somebody actually see the wheels again. The wheels also got the custom Buick emblem in the middle. Yes, that is real carbon fiber that's in the middle of that. Thanks, Gene. Thank you, Loco. Definitely looks good. Yeah, it's a big body. It's a big car. It takes up a lot of room. It's 19 and a half feet long, if that helps anybody. Definitely, let me show the inside. This is the inside of it. Got a few things I need to do. A few things I need to change. All digital gauges. You see most everything is all original. Yes, my 76 Deuce floor mats. Custom speaker pods. Don't have no stereo system in here yet. Was kind of on the fence of how I was going to go, but I already know how I'm going to go now. I'll do it later on. Sorry if it's a little dirty. Kind of drove it around this week for a little bit. Pioneer head unit with Bluetooth. Yes, one-touch roof. Definitely. Looks all factory. Had all that done, including the light. But definitely a clean car. Almost as long as a Newport. Yeah, close. And also one of the first things I did to it as well, which I left out, I redid the door bushings so the doors would close easy, and I don't even have to do much to even close them. You know how you have to slam old school doors? I ain't got to do none of that. Just 1, 2, and they close. No slamming. I ain't got to do none of that. at all. Don't have to do any of that slamming at all. At all. Well, I got a light that's kind of flickering for some reason. Um, Newport 100. Ah, you funny. Danny, you funny as hell. But yeah, um, I think I've covered everything with the car. I know if I got people hitting me up talking about, I want to see the bike. I'm like, okay, definitely I can show the bike. Um, Charging cord off of it, and I can definitely show that. I don't know how much you can see, but I got stuff sitting in the way. But yeah, Harley. Yeah, stereo system done by me. 2001 Harley Street Glide with the 103 in it. Nothing too special. Clean. Do a lot of long trips, so I didn't want to do a whole lot extra to it. Yeah, I mean, Gene, you're right. That's how you want more doors to close. And I tell people that all the time. Yeah, definitely nice bike. Thank you. I tell people that all the time. You know, if your doors sag or they don't close right, go get your doors checked. Go to a body shop, get them done. And me and a guy did them, and we did them real quick because I've done so many of them. I went to Rock Auto. Shout out to RockAutoParts.com. Went there, bought the bushings. I think the bushings, and it came with the studs, which I was shocked. It came with studs as a whole kit. That whole kit was less than $20 to do both doors. And I even had extra parts left over to do other stuff with if I wanted to, extra bushings and whatnot, because they send several size bushings. So I put the heavy duty bushings on here so these doors will close easy. I've had to readjust the door on the driver's side because after I did suspension, it kind of threw off the little angle of the doors, but I went ahead and redid that too. And I must say, it came out real good, real nice. I'm happy with it. There's not much I really extra I can say that I'm not happy with what I've done so far. And still got a long way to go. And I did all this on a budget. I stayed within my means, and that's what took me so long. Like I could have broke the bank and did this, did that, but I didn't want to put myself in that kind of predicament. I'm regular person, regular 9 to 5. I'm just an average guy out here. That's above average. I'm an average guy that's above average doing some things out here. And I was like, I wasn't gonna put myself in no big ass predicament to basically mess that all up. And I got a family to take care of. I got a wife, I got kids, all that comes first before anything else. So that's why I've been just tickering of doing stuff here and there. And I'm not gonna lie, when I came across that 2016 vet, I needed that. So I had to basically move and maneuver some stuff around to do it. And it worked out fine. It worked out. I was able to do it, get it, and not even miss a beat. The point wife, she's like, I don't even know what you're talking about, what you did, but okay. She just listens, like, okay, all right, okay, that's what you did, okay. And that's how we did it. Trying to think what else. Trying to get y'all a clean view of it. Here we go. Let me prop you up here on the stand. There we go. So I wanted to just put myself out there and get it going. And I don't know if y'all listen to the podcast I was on with D Brooks. That's the Warren Brooks. I was really just, I'm still really a private person. I don't really talk a lot. I've been around a lot of things. I lived in Atlanta for over 13 years, and I was around when a lot of people were just getting started. Like MJ the Stuntman, shout out to him. I met him years ago back when he had this pickup truck on 8s, and then he switched to the 30s. That was the first truck I seen on 30s. It was a Lincoln. That Lincoln truck was almost like the F-150. And I still got pictures of that was in 2000 and I want to say 5 or 6. And I used to go to all Stunt Wars stuff, Stunt Sundays and all that. Back during that time, for about 6-7 years, I did a lot of bodyguard work. I worked for a company where I got to basically be on the scene for a whole lot. If you go back and look at Get Low video, I was the security at the front in the beginning. I was in that because I was working security for it that night, and they just put me up in it. Gave me a nice little change for doing it. It was cool. It was at a club that used to be named Body Tap. That's no longer there. That's no longer called that anymore because they went under ownership. Trying to think what else. Kind of give a background of what I've done over the years. I come from a family of mechanics, even though I do IT work now, and that's because the economy had changed. So I went with the shift of doing that. But cars and motorcycles have always been my life. that, travel, and stuff like that. So you'll see a lot of different stuff on my channel, a lot of travel, because a lot of people know me from the travel stuff. A lot of people that know me for years know me from the car and motorcycle game part of things. So I said, you know what, I'm gonna put it all up and make a whole playlist of it, make something different where everybody can see everything. I want to do something different that a lot of people are not doing, because like me and Dewan had talked about at one point, I know Dewan, you might be talking about this. He said he hadn't really been on a vacation, but Disney World for a wedding. There's a lot of people that ain't been on vacation. And I tell people all the time, you don't have to do anything big on vacation, but you need 2 of those a year to stay sane, because there's a lot of stuff going on in this world, and a lot of stuff going on in people's households, and a lot of stuff going on in people's jobs, and it'll drive you mad. And sometimes you just need to, that release to just, I'm just going to go on vacation and, kind of blow that steam off. And I just bought them just to relax. Even if it's a staycation, even somewhere that's not, like for me, I'm in the middle of the country right now. So it's nothing to go to a lot of places, within the state if I don't go anywhere out of the country to go to. Yeah, I mean, Jen, you're right. That's true. Vacation, good to clear your mind, not just your mind, your soul and your body, and just the detox from everything. Like, for instance, I deal with allergies real bad. Had sinus surgery and everything for it, but I still deal with allergies real bad. Not to the point where I can't cut grass or nothing like that, but it hits here and there. And when I go to the country out the US, allergies clear right up. Like last trip I was in Aruba, the day, I kid you not, the day go check out my channel. You'll see the videos for it. I have some videos for Aruba, for the Divi Aruba we went to. Check it out. You get a chance to see a lot of the scenery, a lot of everything. It rarely rains there. The temperature never gets above 86 degrees. And it's not the 86 was scorching hot. It's nice and cool. It's a nice area, and the weather never changes. It's between 70 and 80 degrees all year round with hardly any rain. Okay, so back to what I was saying about just detoxing. Just a detox of just everything for a minute. And then you come back all refreshed, and your mind is clear. And you're like, okay, I'm ready to go back again. And it gives you something to work toward. You're like, you know what? I'm going to do my everyday work. Do what I need to do so I can come right back to doing this and detox again. And like my wife, she's like, she's already talking about the next trips to go on and everything. And whether it's with the kids or not with the kids, which we usually do one with the kids and we do some without. And I must mention this, maybe again, I'll talk about, I must mention this. Best time vacation deals is Black Friday, Cyber Monday type deal, which is now. You'll find stuff 50, 60% off. Like the Aruba trip got that 50% off of the sale price, which was on sale, and it was 50% off of that. So jumped on it, had a wonderful time for it's about the money. But anyway, not trying to get too much off topic. I'll try to stay out of the way because I know a lot of people want to see the car, still want to see the car and whatnot. We'll be getting better equipment coming up now that I'm starting to do this more full time, so I can document more stuff. I mean, I got GoPro, got my phone, I got this that I am using right now. Period. You need to be able to just look back and laugh at something. And with YouTube or not. Okay, what about now? Still freezing? Still buffering? Good now? We good? Okay. I'll back to what I was saying that I'm back. Okay, good, loco. Okay, cool. So a lot of things that I've been around. I know some people might have saw podcasts of me and Dewan Brooks and seen that I've been around the scene for a while, been around a lot of things. I was not just a spectator around that. I made a lot of connection, got to know a lot of people, and I love the scene. I always love the scene because I've been around cars and whatnot my whole life. Um, just been delaying your voice for a while. Okay. Do I still have the delay, or is it right on time, or am I good? Better? Okay. I don't know. I don't know what happened. I don't know what happened for a minute. But good now. Okay, I'm good. Okay. So yeah, I've been around the scene for a lot of things and got to see a lot of people do a lot of things. And also back in the day, I fixed up a lot of cars. So I used to paint cars for a living. And I painted a lot of cars, got them on the scene, but never got anything together for me because I was more worried about trying to get my grind up. And I said, when I come, I'm gonna come hard. I'm not gonna half step. And it just so happened when I said, you know what, I'm gonna go ahead and do it. That's when, lo and behold, behind me, that came along. And you have somebody in your family or somebody you know that has one of my older cars and you want to get rid of, go look into it and you might can do something with it. Whether Chevy or Ford or whatever, it might be something you could do with it. You just be surprised. And that was kind of my thing. I wanted to be able to, do something different and, no offense to anybody with Chevys. I've had a bunch of them, but I want to do something different once this came available. I want to do something totally different. And my totally different now is I said, I'm going to step out the box, do something crazy. I'm just going to do a regular 6.0 and 6.2, because originally I had a 6.2 out of a 2015 Escalade that I was going to redo up. And once that vet came in control, I sold that engine. I sold it within 3 or 4 days. I sold that engine to one of his clients that came in. Because he keeps engines sometimes readily, available. And yeah, you're right, me, Gene. I want to be different. I want to stand out, and that's just it. But nobody else's lane. I love what a lot of people doing. My pockets can't do that. I'm like, look, shout out to my boy Lucky Wheels on Deals. Hey man, I ain't got it. I can't do it. But I'm just trying to stay in my lane to kind of do my own thing. And if people appreciate it, I love it. They don't, I can understand. There's a lot of people that don't like the big rim game. Like I went to a car show a few years ago, right when I first suspension and did the top and did everything to it. And I did some Ultron buffing to it the day before, and I went to this show. And people love the car, but some people are like, oh, I don't like the wagon wheels. I don't like this. Yeah, yeah, Lucky cool as hell. Me and him gonna link up sometime on the spring or summer. Um, Most people were like, you know what? I want to basically, you know, tell you that I like the car, but the wheels, I ain't too far about the big wheels. But I was like, I understand that, each is your own, but you don't see that many of them riding around. He was like, you're right. And since I've been in the Midwest, I've only seen two. It's an older guy that has 5, and another guy that has a blue. Matter of fact, I need to post that picture. We was at a car show together, and I said, "Man, let me park by you." Oh man, he was looking at my car, just looking. He had a set of 24s on his. He didn't know 26s a fit. I said, "Man, you get 28s on there with no cut, no scrub, no nothing." It's all in height what you do to suspension without taking away from anything. Because I wanted to have the same smooth ride. But you have people that like that. You have people that don't like certain things. And you know what? I say, don't get mad at it if they don't like it. It's you, it's your car. You do what you want to do with it. Like, I know a dude, he was the first one. I want to set it off, though. You're right. White walls might set up. Matter of fact, the original wheels that came from the factory are sitting right over here. And there's white walls on it. I mean, I rode with them white walls for a minute. I posted before a picture, factory wheels and whatnot. I rode on those for a minute. But almost lost what I was talking about. I like the big wheel shit. Look good. Yeah, as long as it look good. But I'm like, you know what? That looks good, but that ain't me. That ain't me. That's not what I'm gonna do. I wanted my shit to look with the squat stance. And I was seeing that in Florida a long time ago. The first person I ever seen with a style like that was Murph. And I seen it in person. I was back in my security days. Wait, I'm back, Danny, while you playing. That's what was on it. It was a set of Vogues on it when I bought it. A set of Vogues on a set of 15-inch Supremes. I don't know if anybody remembers Supremes. I'm going to tell my age up in here, but Supremes. On a set of 15-inch Supreme Vogues. So I was down there Oh man, appreciate it. Beast, I appreciate it. This is my first full live. Yeah, I went on ahead and I was down in Miami doing some security work at the time, and I down there. He worked same company. He's from there, and he was like, "Yo, let's just let me show you something." And we went to go see his family in the Pork and Beans area. From there, we went up to Carroll City, and that's when he knew Murph. I didn't know him. The first time meeting him, he knew him, and Murph knew him by name. Hold on, y'all. Connection acting kind of crazy. I don't know why my connection keeps acting up. I guess because I keep the garage door to the house closed. I guess I need to put him. Hey, loco, I need to go ahead and get a repeat and put out here. I'm gonna hit up Micro Center, go get a repeat and put out here. I'm gonna start doing a lot of stuff out here. Mainly, I just work on stuff out here, and that's it. And I use my stuff down in the basement and whatnot. Which, if you look on my IG, you'll see me watching Whip Addict stuff, and I was editing some footage for somebody else. Yeah, I'm gonna put an extender in here because I had to do that for my area downstairs. Put one out in the garage. Then I'm gonna be doing this out here like this because kids staying there playing and they're not interrupting my life. Um, but yeah, I got introduced to Murph, and they had a street race that night. And the street race they had, I was like, oh my god, man, this shit. Excuse my French, I'm trying to curse on live, but I was like, yo, this is off the hook. I was like, yo, I'm used to racing, and I've seen street races, but I ain't never seen nothing like it. Murph was in a two-door box Chevy racing, but then he had his regular car, and if you look back in the videos of East Coast Riders videos, he had that Escalade that was pulling this root beer dunk. And that was the first time I've seen a dunk set up like that. I mean, I've seen them around. Even seen them when I was going back and forth to Florida, but not set up like that. Not set up with turbos, carburetors hanging out, the hood. I mean, I ain't never seen nothing like that. And it was moving. It was moving like it was no tomorrow. And I said, I never seen nothing like this. I'm like, yo, Murph, this is off the hook. He's like, yeah, Pepper, man, yeah, man. That's how he talks. And he was like, man, get some money, get some bread together. I'll bill you one like this. I'll get you one bill. I'll bill this, I'll do this, I'll do that, do this. I was like, okay, okay. And right during that time is when I met Dunkmaster. And I met him through Bat 96 Chevy. Because me and Bat 96 Chevy real cool. I actually used to live in the same uh, area he lived in because we got family that know one another, like really, really know one another. And in fact, y'all check out his page, check out Bat 96 page. Also check out his brother's page, Blood, Sweat, and Gears 87. He has a box Chevy that's outrageous color. I mean, oh God, car's off the hook. He also has another old school. I think it's a '63 Biscayne, I think it is. But definitely go check him out. Okay, yeah, not the last I was out. Like I said, I was just getting on live, and I'm on two lives. I'm on live here, three live. I'm on live here, live on Instagram at the same time, and I'm doing a private live on Instagram with some folks that I know, but everybody else is on here, and I'm doing a live on live stream itself right now. And basically, when I met, he had that 71 dunk, and then he turned around and he had this green dunk with his 572 in it that was off the hook. And then he said it then. He said, man, I'm building this stuff. I'm ready to race. I'm ready to bust these niggas in the ass. I'm ready to do this, do that. Okay. Then next thing I know, he had that yellow one that he was working on for somebody else. And then he got the black one he got now, the Z06. And that was the first time I seen a vet motor set up in a car like that. And that car was moving. If you look on Bat 96 Chevy's page, he has an older video from about 6 years ago where he threw a picnic. Dunkmaster Country C came down there, and when they came, he was showing that car off, and I swear I was like, I had never seen nothing like it. not like that to that scale. I've seen it with carbureting, but with the LS is moving like that, I haven't seen it. And that car was moving and barking. And it had me intrigued to say, you know what? I might go on the LS swap. And I was going to get him to do it at the time. But I know now he's so busy now. This is back when, before he became big as he is now. Shout out to Dunkmaster. I was going to actually get him to do it. But I know like I said, he's so busy now. I just said, you know what? After now that you can basically set some things up to basically where you can do everything yourself. And that's basically what everybody, most of this channel has been doing from Dewan. And that's what gravitated me toward with them, because I'm like, I'm already doing this and I'm just a one-man band, you know, with the help of other people. When on my own, I was like, you know, I'm gonna get on live and do this, because a lot of people wanted me to do it so they could see the whole process. And now that they're seeing the whole process get ready to unfold, I'm gonna start posting up the videos, start doing lives and everything like that. So, and if any questions, you know, feel free to ask now. I know this live been going for over an hour, which is cool. Cause like I said, the garage is heated right now. I got the heat on. I had it on earlier. I just turned it off because it was smoking in here. If anybody has any questions about anything, definitely shout it out. I'm gonna stay on this live for a few more minutes, and then that's probably gonna be about it, because I know there's a couple other lives I want to kind of jump on today. And that's why I kind of did this live the time I'm doing it, because I know like Dewan probably is gonna do a live for a minute today. LS probably, when he gets off, he's probably gonna do his gaming thing today. But shout out to LS, definitely love that. Definitely. Trying to think what else. I'm trying to make sure I hit every point, because I didn't want to get off the live. But like, oh yeah, I meant to say this. Oh yeah, I meant to say that. Just to kind of bring the conclusion of being in this for a minute, I met a lot of interesting people. To people from Cut the Check, RP Johnny, I met them a long time ago. To just being on the scene around everything, not just car game, even in the entertainment industry, rap industry, I've been around all that. But me and Jenny said with the LT4 using the same trans, yes, using the same trans, the same 8-speed automatic with the sport and race mode built into it, control box. I'm using that whole setup. I had a custom drive shaft made to basically both from that to what I have now. I've had a custom adapter for the original Crossmember I have now, and it's basically we took the Crossmember that I already have that's on here, this car now, and machined it. Basically made a whole nother one just like it. Yeah, it's gonna be custom. Basically made another Crossmember just like it out of the same type material, but had the longer brackets, because the transmission is funny. It has like these bolt things that go down, and there's a thing that goes on it that bolts. Another part that goes around it. It's funny how it is, but it's made a little weird. And we basically made another Crossmember, almost from scratch. It was a used Crossmember from another big GMB body. I think it came from Impala Caprice, one of them, and kind of redid all of that. Unless you finally free, yay! You finally free off work. I know you're glad to be that. Definitely, I know you're definitely glad to be that. LS, I know you probably just been listening off and on, but I was basically kind of describing who I am, how I've been on the scene, how I've been around a lot of people, which I have a lot of old footage of that, and I got talked into just throwing it up, so I'm definitely going to do that. I'm going to kind of put some snippets of the videos, might be kind of, you know, this before HD cameras and all that, so that's how you be able to tell is like, dang, he was around during that time. Look. But basically just talking about what I've been around, places I've been around, how I've seen the culture grow from what it is. And they were already racing these big cars back then. They were already doing these big engines back then. And certain places, you know, they got a small rush. Oh, got a small rush for the end of the shift. Hey, I completely understand. I completely understand. But you free at last. That's all that matters. You free at last. My golly, I'm free at last. Let me stop. I'm definitely a comedian in that way too. So you're gonna see me sometimes make some jokes about some things, but nothing too crazy. But you'll definitely see some jokes and whatnot. Trying to think, make sure I covered everything I needed to cover. Any questions? Definitely ask any questions. Hopefully, me and Gina answered your question about the transmission, how we're using everything. And it's a crazy unique transmission because it's an 8-speed transmission. And the way it's set up, and I had to give much respect to these vets and how they said, I mean, I like vets, but I was like, I don't want to do that. I don't want to do that. So for me, it was more like I got to see the power band of it really today because I was more worried about everything just clicking and matching up, which I know it would. But when you get to see your stuff run the first time, you worry about it. But this wasn't the first run. This was a whole nother dyno pull that got done. Hold on. Connection was going kind of choppy for a second. Let me know if my connection is back. Definitely got to pick up that repeater. And that was a Micro Center yesterday, and I should have picked that up. Brought me back like I was. So definitely through all bands, believe it or not, through all 8-speed, because it's an 8-speed automatic, it doesn't cut back with power. And with that overdrive in there, it's like, wow, I can really drive and still get pretty good gas mileage. Even though, the vets, it's not a hybrid. You're not going to get all that, but I didn't really care about the gas mileage. I mostly cared about if I wanted to go to a show somewhere. If I wanted to drive somewhere 1 hour, 2 hours away, I don't have no issues. So that was my whole thing. I don't want to trailer queen it all the time. Because for me, that means I have to go, because I have a bunch of buddies that got car trailers. I got to do that. Oh man, one of my buddies, he got an awesome aluminum race trailer. He has one that's indoor, one that's outdoor, and I can use his to go do it. But I didn't want to do that all the time. My motto is if I got to keep borrowing your stuff more than 2 or 3 times, I need to go buy my own. That's the way I was raised. So for me, I was like, you know what? I'm gonna go ahead and have it set up where I can drive anywhere I want to drive to. But if it's too far, I'm gonna trailer it. It's not a problem. Down. It's gonna get trailer. It's gonna back a trailer, and it's getting pulled. It's getting pulled by one of those diesels you got, whether it's the Chevy you got, the Dodge, or whatever. It's gonna get pulled by one of those because I've actually pulled this car a long way at one point with one of his vehicles, and you couldn't even tell the car was back there because the trailer was light. I mean, you could tell the weight was back there when you turn, or if you hit a bump, you feel a little weight, but it pulled so good with that trailer. And I know the truck had a lot to do with it too. That diesel he had, hybrid diesel he got, that had no issues. Also, if you haven't, please hit the like button. Please hit the like button. Let YouTube know that you like what I'm presenting, you like what I'm talking about, and I can keep more stuff and more content coming. And y'all caught me on the day that the garage is pretty clean on this side. The other side, I got some stuff for donations that I got to donate coming up to some people I know that really need it as a need over the holidays, or some stuff that I don't even need anymore that they can have. But after there's any questions about anything, anybody got any other questions? And Mean Gene, I hope that answered your whole question. And yes, it's going to be a monster. And man, yeah, it's going to really be a monster. I'm really super excited about when it's done. When it's done, how it's going to run. I'm taking my time with it. So I told the guys, y'all ain't got to rush for me to get it done. We don't get into it until after 2020. It's fine. I just want to make sure I was just ready. I want to make sure I did everything on my end that I needed to do so we'd be ready, and everything that they need to do on their end so we can just link up. And when we drop it in, it shouldn't be no issues. It should be just basically drop in, bolt in. So everything bolts in. Once we get the drive shaft in, then we just take everything that's laid on top of the motor, bolt it to the firewalls. And the way he has my custom harness made, I'm going to have to basically drill a thing, which I'll do that once we get the engine out. I'll do it real quick. We're going to drill and put a rubber grommet so everything can go through that rubber grommet to go inside the car and go right on inside up underneath. And the box, my MSD box is going to sit up under it. Yes, I got an MSD box that's on with it. I'm gonna sit that inside the car. I got XL wires, the angle boot cuts, the angle up that I was telling Dwan Brooks to go ahead and get for his. That way they stay off the headers, and plus it's in a sleeve that's supposed to go up to 10, I think it was like 8,000, 10,000 degrees. So if those headers ever get hot, and we've had that engine running for over an hour to it got up to temp and more. And it's still going to be an AC car because I got to have air conditioning. Not going to ride it with no AC. I'm not going to do that. That was my whole focus of that. Yes, Dwan, you definitely need those. I got a whole set. It only cost me $32 online. I caught somebody on eBay selling them, and they only had a few left, and that was months ago, so they probably gone now. And I went on there and found them, and it was strictly for an LS vehicle, and they worked out fine. They worked out fine, and they're doing what they need to do. Definitely also did a lot of upgraded goodies to that LT4. It's already running straight from the factory, but did some upgraded goodies that we're going to get into once I get it in the car, because y'all going to get to see it live, me do the first leave out of the shop with it. I'm gonna just broadcast that live, my whole drive, almost all the way home with it once everything's done. I told them if I need to, I can leave the car there, but they're like, no, you're gonna be able to leave right then and there. If everything is working to your jam, you're gonna be able to leave right then and there and go all the way home. So you'd be home before dinner. I'm like, great, we can do that. But any more questions about anything? Anything about the car? Anything about I'm trying to make sure I'm still here. Anything about what I'm gonna do next? Anything about the motorcycle? Anything about any of that? Didn't even know you were there. Okay, I can still hear me loud and clear. I'm sorry, I got my phone playing it live to make sure I'm still coming in good. I'm painting it back the same color, Dwan Brooks, painted back the same color. I actually have the paint already. It's from House of Color, the candy white base that he used for House of Colors. That's what it's going back. I want to keep the original color and do the original pin. Well, just different color pinstripe than what it was, because this car originally was white on white on white, had the white top and everything, and I wanted to basically change that. And I talked to my dad years ago to change it. We had a vinyl black top on it, but then I finally changed it to the top now, but it's still black. And another thing I can do, I can turn on the lights so everybody can see the opera lights if you want, and see how all the lights have changed. Because I mean, even all the headlights in front, also running lights as well. Whenever I was running, those are like running lights like the new cars, but it's also converted to all HIDs all the way across, which if they ever go out, I'm gonna convert them over to LEDs because I like LEDs much better because they're brighter and a lot less work. You don't have to worry about the ballast going out, because I've had, I don't know how many ballasts go out, but not with this car, but with other vehicles I got, because everything I got had HIDs. And now this is the only car that has HIDs. Everything else is LEDs. The bike's LEDs, family car that I use, that's this LEDs. Everything's all LED lights now. That's the only one. Oh, excuse me, a pickup truck. They usually call stuff in. That's the HIDs, but everything else is all LEDs, and I like those much better. They're brighter, and they're easier to the eye on coming on traffic. And even though the kits I normally use were all 55 watts, the 55Ks, and the 600Ks, which is the brightest white you can get. Those LEDs in the same thing are even brighter. And I was just so shocked about how bright they were, to the point where I was like, they're brighter than the HIDs I had on there, and they were cheaper. And I have to worry about the ballast going out. Like, I have a load of ballast, extra ones sitting up here just in case they went out, because they were all in the warranty. So I would send them back, and they'll send me some new ones and stuff like that. And I ordered a bunch of extra ones at the time, and they just all sitting up here, mostly for this car now. So if the car go out, I got some extra ones I just grab, throw on. They're all for the 55s. Trying to think what else. I think the next live I'll do, I'll have the car running. As long as the weather's not too bad, like we in the same city. It's cold out there, so I didn't want to just open up the garage and let all my heat out of here. So the next one hopefully will be the weather be a little better. I mean, it's running now, but I'll crank it up, let it run, back it up with the engine that's in it. So for those that's watching my process along, they're like, oh, wow, that engine, it runs good, does good, which I'm going to keep that engine. It's going in my 53 Pontiac. Yes, I have a 53 Pontiac four-door all original as well. I have one of those, and that's going to end up parking right here in this space beside it because I have a 3-car garage. So wife's already pissed that she can't park in the garage, but, that's something we had to work out. I'm like, hey, you got this, you got that, I got this. So yeah, definitely. Yeah, local, it's cold. So that engine setup is going to go on there. I was going to do an LS conversion in that, but I was like, you know what? I'm not doing nothing real big with it, and nothing's wrong with this engine. This engine that's in this car came out of a old lady station wagon, Oldsmobile 350 Rocket. Just did a little few upgrades to it just to make the car really move. Now, it moves in this car, it really does. It's going to go in that because that's going to be the 50 Pontiac's going to be the Sunday drop. You see the people out with their old cars driving all slow. That'll be me in that. It's going to be all original. I'm not changing nothing on it. Only thing I'm going to change is get the retro tires. The tires are the original 53 tires on it. Yeah, local. I remember you said you got a 350 Rocket. You had it in the Cutlass, right? Well, not mistaken. I remember you said you had it in the Cutlass. But yeah, for that process, I'm definitely going to document that one. That's going to be a quick 1, 2, 3 build because I'm taking that body and putting it on another frame that I already have. At my shop that's down south. Yes, I have a shop that's down south as well. Go check it out. Shout out to Jordan Brothers Auto Service in Aiken, South Carolina. Go check them out. Family owned shop, and basically get stuff done for anybody that's in the south. Yeah, that's basically the only thing. Man, I'm smacking my lips together. What the hell? That's basically the only thing that I'm gonna do to that. Yeah, I mean, yeah, the 350 Oldsmobile Rocket, yeah, they got some power. Especially when you convert everything, electric fans, convert to this, convert to that, and put a little small cam and change that. Yeah. And the one, like I had told you, with that Oldsmobile, you got the 307 in it. You can take that, put some 350 heads on it, some Edelbrock 350 heads. It'll wake it up. It'll wake it up. But I know you're gonna do it. I know you're doing LS conversion on that. But if you ever want to use that engine for anything else, or you want to keep it as a spare, or if you want to do anything else with it, or flat out you want to just sell it and get some money out of it. But that's what we did back in the day. And I'm not really that old. I'm in my 30s, but that's what we did back in my teenage years. We would take those engines and put the bigger heads on them and make them run. Like these heads that are already on here, I just took them off and got them done and got them slightly ported and whatever that guy did at the time. And he did a great job, and we threw them back on before we put that engine in this car, because the original 455, it wasn't in the best of shape, and at the time we couldn't get a lot of stuff for it. And I wanted to find at that time back then, I wanted to find when my dad had, I wanted to find a 455 Oldsmobile engine, and because to me those are better than the 455 Buick engines. But glad I didn't find and do it though, because if I did that, we wouldn't. I got somebody on another thing me how that, which I didn't want to do it now after we did the engine, because once after we redo the engine, I'm gonna do that. And I have this box that I acquired from in real time, and I needed that so I can be able to switch modes. I can switch from regular everyday driving mode to sport mode to race mode if I wanted to. But I know me, I'm gonna leave it in regular drive as I just cruise along. I'm be one of them people, somebody's gonna roll up on me. Oh, that sound good. Let's race. I'm like, okay, light change. I'm just gonna ease off. In the same gear, and they just gonna roll off. I ain't my lane. I ain't about racing this car. If I want to race a car, I'll build one. Because trust me, I can build a race car from scratch. I've done it before. I do it again. I had a 79 Malibu, 80 Malibu, 2-door. And when I got it, it was kind of trash. I turned it into a race car. And I had a 400 small block, bought 30 over in it. And I bought the engine transmission off a guy on Craigslist back when Craigslist had came out. I bought the engine transmission for $800 because the car was burnt up. So he didn't know what he had, but the engine stuff was already done. I just took it to a place for them to go through and make sure what was wrong with it. And he was like, he already bought 30 over 8 runs. Yeah, Mean Gene, yeah, definitely your type of car I know, because that's the kind of car you got on that trailer right there. That's from your picture. But yeah, I love that car to death. And the only reason why I sold it was a good buddy of mine had the same car. We had the same exact car. His was the 80, mine was the 80. Only difference between mine and his, I had the conversion lights when they first came out. They came out them plastic conversion lights before they came out the glass lights. I had those on there. And when I had that vehicle, yeah, it was a two door. It was a two door Malibu. And when I had it, I basically put a roll cage in it. I had it set up for street strip. And this was after high school. I was busting ass in that car. And I would have kept it, but like I said, the guy that had the car just like mine, his car ended up being in a parking garage or something. And the parking garage caught on fire. Atlanta, caught on fire. And his car was in it, and he lost his whole car. And at the time, he didn't have the antique insurance like they got out now. Like I got Haggerty, and shout out to Haggerty. I got Haggerty Antiques Insurance. Didn't have that at the time. Just had regular insurance, and they gave him this little bit of money, not what he had in his car. I felt so bad. I said, "I'll tell you what did they give you?" He told me what they gave him. I said, "Give me that and take this car." He was like, "Word?" I said, "Give me that and take this car. I'd rather you be riding this car clean and whatnot, and I get something else." He still has that car to this day. Lives out Zone 6 East Side Atlanta with that car, and that's been since 2000, and I want to say 2 or 3 when I bought that car. Shoot, my dad didn't even get a chance to see that car because I remember I had a '96 Caprice that I wanted to keep. So that's why I said, "I'll let you get that, and I'll just rock this Caprice." I had a '96 Burgundy on Burgundy Caprice. Got it from an old lady that couldn't drive it no more. I was getting a bunch of vehicles from older people because during that time I was doing about '05, '06, around that time. I was doing IT, but I was also doing Medicaid transportation. And a lot of older people I was picking up that car. But I don't know, and I don't want to sell. Okay, if you want to get rid of it, I would love to have it. I'll take care of it, do this. And I did. I took care of one of those cars. I've had a bunch of them. I can go down the list how many cars I had, but we ain't gonna talk about that. Go down there. That's too long of a list. I'm trying to think. Anything else? Any more questions about anything I'm doing? I know I'm kind of in the way everybody probably wants to see the car. I got somebody asking they want to see the glow shift gauges. Luckily, I have an override for that. I'll go ahead and show that real quick, what they look like. I'll show what that looks like real quick. I don't know if everybody can see. I'm trying to show as much as I can. That's what they look like. It's my fan override just in case. Get out just in case the temperature gauge, the automatic temperature gauge goes out. For some reason they don't cut on. I got to override. Just hit a switch, they come right on. Just in case, because I don't ever want to be having to run hot or anything like that. Trying to think, any more questions before I go on anything else? I might get in the car from an older person that they took good care of it. True, Mean Gene, true. And I've had so many cars like that. So many. They just took great care of them. I've even had cars from people that was in the military because they sat up. And LS, I know you. Shout out to my veteran LS. I know you're a veteran, and any other veterans that's in here. I bought a vehicle from somebody that was in the army that was stationed somewhere else, and the car was just sitting. Matter of fact, one of my box Chevys came from a veteran. Matter of fact, one of the box Chevys that I had, it was a nice '89 LS Brougham, and he basically had it in storage, sitting on the stand and had the wheels taken. I said, "Wow, he had it on." He was like, "Yeah, I was planning on putting some wheels on, do something different." So that's why I took the tires off, and he had the tires stacked. He had a tarp laid down with a pallet. It had the tires sitting on the pallets with no weight on them because he didn't want them to dry rot. And the car had been sitting there for like a year and a half. And when I went to go get it, he had the battery cable. I mean, obviously the battery was done, even though the cable was loose. I already had a battery, a spare battery, stuck it in there. And I kid you not, I switched it on, turned the key, it crunk up and shut off. Because it had the 350 fuel injection in it from the factory. So I switched it back on, pat the gas tire, it crunked, and I got to stay running. Then I shut it off. I put the tires and wheels on it because it was a self-storage. Just put the wheels and tires on it, crank it back. After I got the jack back down, tires were still good. Crank it up, drove it out of there, left, drove it on home. As soon as I got home, I dropped the oil in it. I dropped all the fluids in it, changed all the fluids because it had been sitting up for like 18, 19 months. And after I changed all the fluids in it, and basically changed the plugs, and somebody just should do everything. I did everything. And lo and behold, it was a great, awesome car. I drove that car everywhere. I had people trying to buy it from me. It had a sunroof in it. I don't know if he had it done or not. I had never asked, but it was in it already. And I drove that car everywhere. Everywhere for a minute. I drove it everywhere. And I really didn't want to sell it, but this young kid trying to get started, he wanted a car to build. We have to do much to it. I said, well, I got a car. You ain't got to do nothing to it, but put some wheels on. Because I was still riding the factory hubcaps, the factory Caprice hubcaps, like the police. That's what it was on it. And he said, what? I said, yes, I have this car. You can get it, whatever. Showed it to him. And at the time, I only paid, I think, $600 for it. But by this time, I sold it to him back black, because it was black. Painted it back black, and I had the front seat redone. All the other seats were like nobody sat in it. But the front seat, driver's seat, had a tear in it. It had a few tears in it, actually. You really couldn't tell it because it had the pillow top interior, but it did. And I just had the whole seat redone. And that redone, and then I had the door part. It was part of the door that was ripped. I had that redone. After all that was done, I painted it, drove it around for a minute. And when he wanted, I said, man, I'll tell you what, give me, I think it was like, I told him, think like $3,500. Kid that was in high school, trying to get his money up, had his income tax money that he had been saving from the year before, and had some more money he was saving. So I said, give me $3,500 for it or something like that. I told him something small. And I basically drove him all the way home, and it showed it to his dad because he wanted his dad. And his dad was like, yeah, I like this. This is nice. And bought it. Dad said, you got any more cars? I said, well, I have another car. I think I had a 94 Caprice. I think that's I had a 94 Caprice. His dad bought that for himself. And then the kid basically, I told him, you need to get a set of wheels and throw a little stereo system in it because everything was all original. I didn't even touch anything. And I talked him into when he put the radio in to put it in the glove box and have a separate thing. Because I was thinking at the time, leave everything factory looking, and nobody would bother it. Well, nobody bothered it, but he ended up putting a remote start alarm on it and ended up having a console built with the radio in the console with 2 cup holders. And I thought that was awesome. Really thought that was awesome. For some reason, my connection keeps going unstable. Oh yeah, I gotta get a repeater to go out here. But I'm about to cut this live. Been on it for a while. Any more questions? Anything? I'll send it out. My IG is New York in your city. All spaces, New York in your city. Yeah, that's how you can find me for any more questions or anything. Other than that, I'm gonna go ahead and cut this live. Grab me something to eat real quick. See who else is gonna do a live tonight. I was still trying to watch while I had a chance some of the footage from the Orlando Classic this past weekend. And shout out to everybody on the Orlando Classic. A lot of people I know that went sent me back some disturbing footage of cars, and I would do a week or 2 rentals. I mean, some of them I had to do 30-day rentals, and I would just rent it out and don't tell nobody, but it don't matter. I would just rent out for 30 days, whatever. but it was just a peace of mind instead of having your nice vehicle parked outside of a hotel. And I wouldn't go far from my vehicle. I would pay the extra money to go in the VIP area. And man, I seen some of that go on. Shout out to MJ Stuntman. I'm glad he's all right after making that turn coming to the pit and his wheel came off. From my understanding, somebody told me, and I don't know how, I'm starting to think it's all a lot true because not everybody can tell the same lie. Said that somebody tried to take his lugs loose so he couldn't do that race. And that's how that wheel came off. And also shout out to Playboy Jeezy. He gonna come back strong. I know he had that motor issue that happened at the end. I'm just glad he didn't lose it and hit the wall. I'm glad he all right. He'll bounce back. He's one of my favorite racers. I don't have just a favorite. I have a handful of favorite racers, a handful of favorite people because I got to see them. And just to watch them grow to what they are now, I think it's awesome. It's awesome. It's awesome. I can sit here and name all of them I've seen for so long to go through what they went through to basically put themselves out there and show what they got and do what they do and do what they love because it's a lifestyle. It's a lifestyle. Just like this whole LS thing, it's becoming a lifestyle. It really is becoming a lifestyle of switching stuff to what it's switching to. It really is. Oh, Mean Genie fixed since then? Okay. I hadn't really responded since then or nothing. I know he just had that little engine failure part he had, but he had that stack of money though. I was like, yeah, all right, he went down there and bust some ass. Which I'm actually going to try to catch it with him sometime this summer while I'm in Chicago. I'm going to see a lot of people. Yep, he fixed it. Okay, I'm glad he fixed it. Which I know he would. I mean, you got that much time to fix it to get back going. Like I said, I'm just glad he didn't lose it or nothing. But I'm gonna try to catch it with him and see a lot of what his stuff is. Go by his shop, go by Mr. 75 Capri shop, and kind of just talk with him and get some insight and stuff. And possibly if they let me, throw it up on my channel and show that look, it's a lot of people out here doing. I mean, everybody's seen it, but I want to put it out there. I want to visit my plan for 2020. And I already talked with a few people already, Stunner Reese, Luck from Lucky Wheels and Deals, to Matt 96 Chevy, which we always stay in contact, to even Stitch by Slick. I want people to see what I like. Like, this is what I like. This is the people who I've seen along the way. And these are my favorite people that I like to watch. These are my favorite people that I watch for a long time when I was just a background person. Like, me and Stunner Reese had a conversation. I said, dude, I've been around and seen all your stuff so long. We actually met, but it wasn't at the level we at now. We met kind of in passing, what up, and that was it. Because of a dude I was with that you knew. And I told Stunner Reese back when you had just got that Bentley, he was like, whoa. I said, yeah, back when you did the thing for Do or Die's video. I said, that was over 10 years ago. What? Wow. He was like, wow. I said, yeah. So I was around. I was that background person because that's how I wanted to be, stay in the background. But now, with my knowledge and connections and period, I was like, you know what? Let me get out here and put it out there because I've seen some people give a lot of misinformation, and for people like us that's doing our own work, some of that stuff I already ran into already. And I was like, wow, I could have helped that person do this if I'd have seen this then, if I'd have seen that then. So that's why I've been mostly in a lot of lives. And Mean Gene to tell you, I'm everywhere. You'll see me in people's lives that you wouldn't even think about being in. And those folks already know me. They'll see me, oh yeah, New York, yeah. They already know me from being in their lives for certain things. And a lot of them know me from being at certain shows. So I figured I would put out that and show people, hey, these are people I watch and people that gave me motivation to go ahead and go do some of the stuff I want to go do. These people I watch and I watch their progress and I salute them, congratulate them. And that's what I want to do for 2020. I want to go to these people and say, thank you for doing what you've been doing because it gave me this motivation and I love what you're doing. Just a respect type of thing. I'm not dick riding. I'm not doing any of that. It's more of, I want to show these are the people I watched. These are the people I've seen for XYZ amount of years. Even if I just met you, you giving me inspiration. And I've told CJ So Smooth that, aka basically, I don't want to get into the whole thing with CJ, but he's definitely cool person. Don't get me wrong. I ran into him years ago and told him, I said, man, you know, I don't even care how old you are. As a matter of fact, it was like 2 years ago. I don't care how old you are. You're giving me inspiration. And he's like, yo, man, that's what's up. I was out in Houston and ran into him at an event. And it wasn't even on no car event. It was just a regular event that was given by Trader Truth. Trader Truth was giving that event. And one of the dudes he rolls with, I actually personally know. I'm not going to put his name out there like that. But I was at that event in Houston, and we basically kind of crossed paths, and I told him, hey, I like what you're doing. He said, like what you're doing? I said, yeah, I like what you're doing with your channel, man. You give inspiration, get this. It don't matter how old you are, it's whatever the inspiration come from, I'm going to give props where props is due. And that's what I want to do for 2020. I want to go watch and admire over the years and let them know, like, give them their flowers while they live. And that's basically what I want to do. But this is New York. Check me out, New York in your city from IG. That's all. No question. I'm going to go ahead and end this live. No, sir. And man, you know, yeah, definitely peace, deuces. Y'all definitely enjoy y'all Thanksgiving. And like a meme said that was sent to me earlier and part of the end of last week, don't forget to set your scales back 10 pounds, because after Thanksgiving, you're going to gain probably 10 pounds. But definitely go ahead, have a good Thanksgiving. Thanksgiving is about enjoying with family more than anything, more than just eating, just enjoying with family, because you never know how long they're going to be here. Because within my 28 months now, I lost about 26 people that I knew. And that includes family. My dad being one of them, my aunt, my grandmother. I lost a lot of people. And that's kind of my thing I wanted. All these people I admired through that time. I watched so many people, and it got me through losing loved ones. And I want to let them know, you know, it's one thing letting them know by text, but another thing letting them know in person, like, hey, this is why I admire you for this and this, but also you got me through a tough time of losing loved ones and losing friends. And it wasn't into no gun violence stuff. It was only a couple that was gun violence. It was more of, you know, health. And I know a good friend of mine that passed in a car accident. And, you know, it got me through just watching YouTube and watching. I mean, I was always watching YouTube anyway, but it got me through watching a lot of people that I admired. A lot of people. And not just in the car game, it's just people that had nothing to do with cars that I want to meet up with, just let them know, thank you for getting me through this time. Because a lot of people sometimes don't know, with them putting up these videos, how much you inspired them and how much they admire for them getting through whatever they were trying to get through. So in the meantime, I'm gone. Deuces. I'll do another live probably next week sometime. I don't know about what or when. Hopefully I get with Dewan Brooks and unless we can do a podcast or something and whatnot. Because that was kind of one of the things I wanted to do, and just talk about anything with cars. But I'll check y'all later. Deuces. Stay easy. Peace.